Welcome back to the Beach Bum Bookworm. I'm so glad you could join me today. My name is Tiffany. My channel is mostly about cozy mysteries and romance books. But you never know, from time to time I might throw in some other fun cozy videos along the way. And today I am continuing my Spotlighting Cozy series. We're looking at bakery and candy cozies. We're on authors whose last names start with C and D. And oh gosh, I've said this before, but I can't believe how much my TBR pile grows when I do these. I think I'm pretty well versed in cozies, but as soon as I start doing some research, I'm like, oh, there's another one. Oh, I haven't read that one. Oh my gosh. And whew, I hope your TBR is growing just as well. Let me know in the comments below. Anything else that you want to talk about in the comments, feel free to do so. Don't forget to stop and hit the subscription and the notification bell on your way down to comment, because that's going to tell you when I put out new videos each and every single week. I'm also starting to do a little more romance videos, so if you're not into those, I will try to separate some of those things out more. So my wrap-ups, as a note, somebody suggested this in the comments, and I love you for it because it was a great suggestion. So like my wrap-ups, I'm going to do separately. So if you're a fan of both cozy and romance, you can just watch the two separate videos. But if you're not, then you don't have to sit through the other genre that you're not really into, because that makes a lot of sense. I get that. So thank you for that suggestion again, whoever made that. My other note is I'm going to start doing some live shows. I did my first one last night, so if you haven't seen it, go watch it. It was so much fun. Tiffany from Masquerade Chicks was with me. Go subscribe to her. She was wonderful. Thank you, Tiffany. And I'm going to be doing more of those, but they'll probably be on the weekends, just because that's when I have time with my crazy work schedule to do them. Let's get into it. We're looking at Spotlighting Bakery and Candy Cozies in 3, 2, 1, go! So the first series today is by Lynn Cahoon. It is the Farm to Fork Mystery Series. I have not checked out this series, but I absolutely love her Tourist Trap series. She is an amazing writer. And I was at a virtual function talk, and she was fabulous. So check out that series and this one. This one is called, again, Farm to Fork. The first book is called Who Moved My Goat Cheese? It'll be right here. Gosh, I've said this so many times, but I cannot get over the names of cozy mystery books. They make me giggle every time. So this series, the main character is Angie Turner. She is the owner of Farm to Table County Seat Restaurant in Idaho. Angie Turner hopes her new Farm to Table restaurant can be a fresh start in her old hometown in Royal, Idaho. But when a goat dairy farmer is murdered, Angie must turn the tables on a black sheep. Within 3 weeks until opening night for the restaurant, the county seat, Angie and her best friend and business partner, Felicia, are scrambling to line up local vendors, from the farmer's market to the goat dairy farm of Old Man Moss. Fortunately, the cankerous Moss takes a shine to Angie, as does his kid goat, Precious. Oh, that's so cute. So when Angie hears the blood-curdling news of foul play at the dairy farm, she jumps in to mind the man's livestock and help solve the murder. One thing's for sure, there's no way Angie's going to let the killer get her goat. 6 books in that series. I can't say enough about her writing. I know this one's been on my TBR. I need to check it out. Hopefully you guys are already checking it out, or if you haven't, I've convinced you to look into it because it sounds wonderful. The next series is the Chocoholic Mystery Series by Joanna Carl. I mean, chocoholic, I'm in. The main character is Lee McKinney. She is the manager of a chocolate shop. The first book is called The Chocolate Cat Caper. It's right here. I have never read any of the books in this series. Don't know how, because it's a very popular series, and even before I kind of started looking into cozies, I would see the cover of these books, like when I was picking up other books before I really kind of started reading the genre. So I don't know how I've never actually looked into these, but a chocolate shop, yeah. So in this first book, The Chocolate Cat Caper says, after giving up her career as a Texas trophy wife, 28-year-old Lee McKinney finds herself in a Michigan resort town, keeping the books for her Aunt Nettie's luxury chocolate business. But soon she finds that her new life isn't all truffles and bonbons. Clementine Ripley, the defense attorney everyone loves to hate, is throwing a party that calls for several $1,000s worth of custom chocolates. Ooh, some made in the image of her champion cat. Lee jumps at the job, but sweet success takes a bitter turn when someone adds an extra ingredient, cyanide, to one of the delicious chocolates, and it finds its way into Mrs. Ripley's mouth. Now it's up to Lee to figure out who tampered with Aunt Nettie's recipe before they find themselves behind not-so-chocolate bars. It says that these books include chocolate trivia. Oh my gosh, that sounds amazing. 18 books. So somebody's doing something right. I totally need to look into this. Like I said, it's been around for quite a while. So in the comments below, let me know if I need to bump it up in my TBR. So the next series is the Candy Shop Mystery Series by Sammy Carter. The first book is called Candy Apple Dead. I love this cover. I loved this series. I read all 5 of them. I wish there was more. I really, really enjoyed it. The main character is Abby Shaw. She is the owner of Divinity Candy Shop. She is an ex-lawyer, and this series takes place in Colorado. And it also includes yummy candy recipes. I mean, I say yummy in the sense they sound yummy. I've never actually tried to make them because that would just be a disaster, but they sound delicious. So in the first book, it says, no visit to Paradise, Colorado is complete without a stop at Divinity Candy Shop for a little taste of heaven. For owner Abby Shaw, it was a sweet deal too. Inheriting Divinity gave her the opportunity to leave the career as a corporate lawyer and dump her cheating husband. But Abby's new life sours when a fellow merchant dies in a fire with all clues pointing at arson, and Abby's brother as the #1 suspect. Again, 5 books in the series. I read them all. It's such a fun series. So the next series is the Magical Bakery series by Bailey Cates. The first book is called Brownies and Broomsticks. It's right here. Oh, the cover is so pretty. So the main character in this is Katie Lightfoot. She is the manager of her aunt and uncle's bakery in Savannah, Georgia. So this one says, Katie Lightfoot's tired of loafing around as assistant manager of an Ohio bakery. So when her Aunt Lucy and Uncle Ben opened a bakery in Savannah's quaint downtown district and asked Katie to join them, she enthusiastically agrees. While working at the Honeybee Bakery, named after Lucy's cat, Katie notices that her aunt is adding mysterious herbs to her recipes. Turns out, these herbal enhancements aren't just tasty. Aunt Lucy is a witch, and her recipes are actually spells. When a grumpy customer is murdered outside the Honeybee Bakery, Uncle Ben becomes a prime suspect. With the help of handsome journalist Steve Dawes, charming firefighter Declan McCarthy, and a few spells, Katie and Aunt Lucy stir up some toil and trouble to clear Ben's name and find the real killer. It says there are 10 books in this series. I have not checked these out. I've said this numerous times. It's a very popular series. I don't know if it's for me, only because of the subject. I'm not really a paranormal witch, pretty much anything that suspends disbelief. I want to be, so I still think, I'm going to try it. I'm going to be more open-minded. I just also don't want to read things that I don't enjoy. So somebody let me know if it's like just a touch of magic, because when it's just like a touch of the paranormal or a touch of magic, I still love it. Like, as an example, I really, really enjoyed Heather Blake's Magic Potion series. She's a witch, and there was a little bit of paranormal, but it was kind of like the back burner to everything else, and so I still loved it. Let me know how much this series kind of is based around the concept of the spells and all that sort of thing. So the next series is the Piper Donovan Wedding Cake Mystery series by Mary Jane Clark. The first book is called To Have and to Kill. It's right here. So the synopsis also says that this Mary Jane Clark is a best-selling author of multiple thrillers. Is this Carol Higgins Clark's daughter? Doesn't she have a daughter named Mary something Clark that writes mysteries with her and then writes her own? Somebody let me know in the comments below. I think this might be, or I might be totally off and y'all are like, what are you talking about, Tiffany? Which could be a very good possibility. But in my head, that's kind of who I'm thinking of in my mind. But this series, the Piper Donovan Mystery Series, says the main character is Piper Donovan. She is an actress and a professional cake decorator in her family bakery business in New Jersey. So the synopsis says, To Have and to Kill introduces readers to actress turned wedding cake decorator Piper Donovan, who discovers that the heat in the pastry kitchen can be hotter and deadlier than she ever imagined. And her new creative enterprise is anything but a piece of cake. Foodies and fans of cable TV's Amazing Wedding Cakes, ooh, I like that, as well as Faye Kellerman, Jane Ann Krentz, and Diane Mott Davidson, who I love. She has the Goldie Catering Business Culinary Mystery Series, which is fabulous, are going to eat this one up. Okay. I don't know about the other two authors. I've heard of Faye Kellerman because I believe her husband is a writer too that I've read, but I think they're more like scary than cozy. But I love Diane Mott Davidson. So this series sounds fabulous. There are 4 books in it. I'm going to have to check it out. I like cake decorating cozies. So that one sounds really good. And like I said, let me know again if that is Carol Higgins Clark's daughter. I could look it up for myself, couldn't I? So the next series, oh gosh, I absolutely love this one. It is the Candy Coated Mystery Series by Nancy Coco. The first book is called All Fudged Up. It's right here. Love the cover on this one. Oh, such a good series. So the main character is Allie McMurphy. She owns a fudge shop / historical hotel on Mackinac Island in Michigan. And I hope I'm saying the name of the island correctly. So this one says, Welcome to the historic McMurphy Hotel and Fudge Shop, where life is sweet, revenge is sweeter, and murder is here to stay. Yikes. Allie McMurphy is up to her neck in renovations at the grand old hotel that's been in her family for generations. With its quaint Victorian charm and world-famous fudge shop, the place is one of Mackinac Island's most beloved landmarks. Sure, every family has a skeleton or two in the closet, but Allie didn't expect to find an actual corpse inside hers, especially one Joe Jessup, who had a long-running feud with her dear departed grandfather, which makes Allie the #1 suspect. Can she sniff out the culprit before another victim checks in? 9 books in this series. I think I've read through 5. Oh my gosh, they are so good. I'm thinking that I need to order book 6 pretty quick because I really enjoy this one. And I know she just had a brand new series come out that I'm really looking forward to. It's like a honeybee series. They own like a specialty honey shop, and I believe it takes place in Oregon, that I'm really looking forward to try. But I've said it on here, and so I'm trying to hold myself to it. I'm trying not to start brand new series until I get caught up in some of the ones I'm reading. The problem is there's just so many, and then there's so many good new series starting that I just can't stop myself. The next series is the Fudge Shop Mystery Series. It's by Christine DeSmit. The first book is called First Degree Fudge. It's right here. The main character is Ava. It says that she is the owner of Copper Kettle Fudge Shop, and her grandpa's bait shop, Oosterling's Bait, Bobbers, and Belgian Fudge, is the name of this bait chocolate shop. That's amazing. This series takes place in Wisconsin. Oh my God. I have not checked this one out, and I'm already convinced I need to because, I mean, come on, that's so creative. Bait shop / fudge shop. I'm for it. New candy shop store owner, Ava, specializes in making heavenly homemade fudge and fresh starts, but she's just found out that her newest flavor is to die for. Between getting her store up and running and uneasily settling back into her charming Lake Michigan hometown, Ava Oosterling has her plate full. She hopes using local fresh dairy and her own flavorful imagination to cook up one-of-a-kind fudge will also create a brand new start for her. And if she can tempt wealthy ex-film star Renetta Johnson to try her newest creation, Cinderella Pink, at a local fundraiser, maybe her road to big-time success will be short and sweet. But when Renetta chokes to death on a stolen diamond hidden in the fudge's fluffy depth, oh my gosh, Ava is pegged as the prime suspect. Well, now saving her business and reputation means investigating a batch of townspeople who had numerous reasons to hate disdainful, hard-bargaining Renetta. Okay, 3 books in that series. Yeah, I'm totally in. I told you even before I started reading the synopsis, it just sounds like something that I know I would really enjoy. Let me know if you've read it. So the next series is the Lexi Baker Mystery Series by Leanne Dobbs. The first book is called Killer Cupcakes. It's going to be right here. It says the main character is Lexi Baker. It also features her grandma Nance. I love it. Yes. And her dog Sprinkles. Oh, that's cute. All right. So it says things are going great for Lexi Baker. She's finally opened her dream bakery, gotten rid of her cheating ex-boyfriend, and settled into her grandmother's house with her perky dog Sprinkles at her side. But her blissful life doesn't last long. When her ex-boyfriend is found poisoned with cupcakes from her bakery, Lexi finds herself in the middle of a murder investigation headed by hunky neighbor detective Jack. With the help of a gang of iPad-toting would-be detective grandmothers, yes! Oh my gosh, I'm so in. Lexi decides to take it upon herself to find the real murderer in order to clear her name and get her bakery business back in business. As things heat up on the murder trail, in the kitchen and between Lexi and the hunky detective, it's a race against time to put the real murderer behind bars and get back to baking. Oh my gosh. Love it, love it, love it. I'm going to have to look into it. I haven't read any of the books in this series, but there are 14 of them, and I'm going to be ordering book 1 very soon. I was already kind of in because I loved that the series included grandma, and it just sounded really cute. But the help of the gang of iPad-toting would-be detective grandmas, yeah. I've talked about it before. I love the senior citizen group, and especially when they're like feisty grandma zany characters. Love it. And that just sounds right up my alley. So the next series is the Annie Graceland Mystery Series. It's by Pamela Dumond. The first book is called Cupcakes, Lies, and Dead Guys. Love the name. It's right here. The main character is Annie Graceland. It says she's a baker and an owner of a boutique bakery. She also has psychic abilities. This series takes place in Los Angeles. So it says, I'm Annie Graceland, a Midwestern baker with a pinch of psychic ability living in the city of Los Angeles. When Dr. Derek Fuller, the self-help guru to the stars, as well as the man who's ruined my marriage, is murdered with a poisoned cupcake, I'm suddenly a suspect. My marriage tanks and my baking business hits the skids, but the frosting on the cake is when Fuller's ghost haunts me, nagging me to find his murderer. Now, I'm infiltrating the lives of actors, producers, and other goofy Hollywood elites. What possibly could go wrong? Oh my gosh, it says there are 6 books in this series. I've actually never heard of this. This might be one that I check out. Again, I don't know how much of the psychic stuff is in the book. I've definitely read books where there is a little bit of psychic abilities I really, really enjoyed. It sounds really fabulous. It sounds like there's ghosts, which, again, depending on how it's done, I love Pepper Martin series by Casey Daniels is one of my all-time favorite series. And of course, Pepper is constantly having ghosts try to get her to help her solve their murder. So I'm totally in for this one. I'm going to check it out. The Annie Graceland Mystery Series. It sounds like it's just fabulous. So guys, that is the last of our Spotlighting Bakery Cozies authors C and D. I hope you enjoyed it. And until next time, may all your future reads be 5 stars. Bye everyone.